in a room full of menopausal women.
That's a better impact. Here I am, the ranger.
It's Rangy-Roo. He's a landscape gardener. He actually saw Zenith's film, Zen and the Art of Dying. It touched him so deep, he's decided to have a weekend off the... What do you normally do on a weekend?
Off the tools? I tried not to do anything. That's my plan, is to do nothing and to relax. Sometimes I get caught up in work, which is inevitable, I guess, but nothing. Yeah.
But are you married with children or just...
I'm married, yeah. Been married for 2 years. Been with her for 6. Laura, her name is. No kids yet. I'd like to have kids. I'm ready for kids, but she's not quite there. But that's fine. I'm a patient man.
Oh, Brett, you're gorgeous. Isn't he cute? Now, Bretty, I'm so interested in a man like you coming to a course on death and dying. Like, what's in it for you? I know you were moved by the film, but what are you getting out of this? And what do you see it's doing for you in your life when you live?
I guess, the reason why I'm doing it is because I see those skills around death and being able to process it and counsel people and move myself through it without getting stuck for years in grief or whatever it is. Those skills are invaluable. So, why not? It's confronting, and plus, I think anything that for me is confronting and gets me uncomfortable, I like to investigate to do that, to unravel more shit.
Wow, so you're such a conscious man.
I'd like to think I am, but some days I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm growing with the world, I guess, and where it's all going. So I think there's a lot of us.
How old are you?
30.
Wow.
Double cancer.
Me too.
Double cancer, rising in Gemini, so it kind of drags me out of the water a bit.
See, I'm double cancer, double Gemini. So
is your moon in Cancer?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Sun and moon, and then I've got Mars. I've got Mars and Venus in Gemini. So that makes it like double Gemini, right?
Yeah, wow.
So, and then Aries rising.
Okay.
What's your rising?
Gemini. No. My son's my son's Cancer, moon's Cancer, rising's Gemini.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Only in the Byron Shire would you be having these conversations. I'm telling you, it was hilarious. I actually met a double Gemini this morning. I was actually picked up a hitchhiker on the way in. So at 8:15 in the morning, having a conversation with Jonathan, who's 61, who we're actually saying he's an ex-dope smoker. And I'm like, yeah, me too. And, and he was sort of saying, the reasons why. And I was going, and the whole thing is it puts holes in your aura. He goes, did you know that a master told me in the 70s that while dope puts holes in your aura, hashish doesn't? Oh, Jonathan.
Wow. Is that true?
Who knows? I just love the fact that I'm having a conversation at 8
I don't know if I believe that, but...
with a double Gemini.
Yeah.
He was telling me that. So what's have you got a drug history?
I used to take some, yeah. I have not massive. I used to, experiment with, MDMA, LSD, cocaine, dope. That's about it. I didn't really get into it too heavily, but I did journey a bit with it. Yeah.
And how do you find you get your highs now?
Doing stuff like this, I guess.
Yeah.
Communicating with, I'm a real people person. Going to Borneo.
Gemini, darling, the Borneo.
Yeah, well, I do a lot of stuff in Borneo with the orangutans and the anti-palm oil industry, so...
Do you?
That's what the whole Byron Bay Ranger thing's about, mainly, not just the redhead. Oh. So that gets me high, playing basketball gets me high, making love gets me high, be with my family makes me get high, doing this makes me get high, I don't know,
I love it.
Sometimes a joint will get me high, but I can't really do that anymore.
What happens to you when you do?
I'm just boring. I'm really interested. I'm really fun when I'm fucking straight, and when I'm fucking on dope, it's just I'm a dope. I'm just sit there and it's just I just go into a food coma, and I'm just I don't think it really creates anxiety, but I'm just less interesting. I know that I'm a lot more happier when I'm straight.
Oh wow! So tell me about the Ranger anti-palm oil industry and what you do.
So basically we donate money or raise money through the business to create and help training enclosures for the orangutans and do a lot of stuff over there in Temba. So We collaborate with Planet Funder.
Who's we?
Just business. So we've got you've got the landscaping gardening, we've got the cleaning business, and a couple of other umbrellas that are going to be launched next year. But we have that consciousness of wanting to help that situation. Because it's a motherfucker, you know, it's a motherfucker, that whole thing. Those last remaining bits of the forest are drastically getting cut down. So it's just something that kind of ignites a fire in me, and I think that I can do something about it.
And at the end of the day, it's a dying and a death that we are actually truly opposed to. There's some deaths that are worth just having a fight about, and that's one of them.
And we're also a part of it because everything we buy has palm oil in it. So to be really conscious about what you buy is quite difficult. It's like buying organic veggies. You've got to be you'll be earning 50, 60 grand a year pretty much to be buying that shit, you know, because it's so expensive. You know, to the normal person, they can't afford that. So, but it's just having that consciousness about, you know, what to buy and what's in it, and because palm oil is a binding agent, so it's in fucking everything. So, you know, that restricts a lot of things, and your discipline has to get raised. But why not do it, you know? Instead of, you know, I don't want to be 60, 70, 80 and think, oh, you know, I've got a bunch of money in the account, got kids, and that's fucking it.
I think it's an incredible cause, and I know on my Facebook feed I'm constantly getting avoid these products, you know. And is there any, like, so I've seen a lot of them. Is there anything off the top of your head that you think that I mightn't even know, like
shampoos?
Oh yeah, I don't. Yeah, that's,
soaps, chocolates, ice creams, chips. They're all labelled under vegetable oil or any kind of oil. They don't actually say palm oil. Yeah, or numbers, all the fucking numbers, you know? Yeah, 221, 223, all that kind of shit. So, yeah. I'll send you a link on stuff where you can actually identify. Yeah,
I'll put that on under what we're talking about here.
Yeah.
So have you got an absolute? Did you have an actual list of what you do buy, and you know none of it's in there? Like, you know what shampoos you use.
Yeah,
and you
my wife is very, very onto it with that. You know, sometimes we slip up, like we can't avoid going to a restaurant and knowing exactly what the fuck's in it, but we try our hardest, because that's what we're representing is fuck the palm oil industry.
Yeah, fuck that right off. Well, Brett, it's been fantastic to connect with you. I've really enjoyed your energy so much to have like a really, you know, and it makes perfect sense to me that you're a double Gemini. Like
no, double cancer.
Double cancer, like me, but you've got all this Gemini in you as well.
Yeah.
I met Jonathan this morning, who was the double Gemini. You're my double Cancer, like me.
Yeah.
It's big being a double Cancer, don't you find? Like like how big it is.
I think so. Well, you take everything. You're sensitive, I guess, in a lot of ways. You feel. It's like you feel fucking everything.
I know.
You know.
I know.
And there's a lot of discipline that comes with that.
I know.
You know. Otherwise, my mates go, "Oh, you fucking dickhead." I was like, fuck, when I was younger, you know. Now I'm just, you know, more protected and more energetically aware of what's going on. But yeah, you've got to, you know what it's like, mate.
Oh, mate, I wrote the fucking book. I call myself oceanic.
Oceanic.
You can use it.
I'll use it. Ring a shanic.
Bye.
See ya.